Welcome to this important lecture. In this video, we are going to discuss an important topic of Python programming that is also called conditional statement, which is nested if statement. Whenever we are using or writing any program in Python and we want to perform any conditional structure in Python, or we want to control the flow, or we can say we want to make the decision, then we use nested if statement. Nested if statement is the statement in which an if statement is used in an other if statement, which means we have an if statement and inside this if statement we use an other if statement, and a specific block of code is executed only whenever both the if conditions are true. For example, we can see here from this syntax or the flow chart that here is diamond symbol is showing the if condition. If this condition becomes true, then it will move on to the next if condition, which is again another if condition, and it is called nested if because it is present within another if condition. So if this is again true, then a next specific block of code will be executed. Otherwise, it will not be executed. So nested if statement is also used when you test a combination of conditions before deciding on the proper action. So in this way we can see that there is an outer if condition which becomes true, and if it becomes true then an other if condition is checked. After that a specific block of code is executed, otherwise it works like a simple if else structure. Okay, let us discuss it through an example which is very simple. Here a user is asked to write a program in which he will input a number and we will check whether the number is positive or negative. If the number is positive, then we will check again another condition that whether the number is even or odd. So how does this program will work? Let me discuss. First of all, we will enter the number and we will check whether the number is positive or negative. To check whether the number is positive, we will see whether it is greater than 0 or less than 0. So if the number is positive, then this condition will become true, otherwise it becomes false. So if the condition becomes true, then we will check again another condition that whether the number is even or odd. To check whether the number is even, we will use another condition, and for this we use the mod operator, and if this condition is again true, then a specific block of code is executed. Here a block can be a simple message which will be printed that the number is even. So in this way this program works. Let us discuss it using an important Python program. Here I am using the Python software, a specific developing environment called PyCharm. However, you can use any of your desired Python software in which you can write a Python program. In the first line, I have allowed the user to enter the number. Here I will change the quotation sentence that I will ask the user to enter the number. So in this way, a shows the variable, integer shows the type of number, and input means the user is given the choice to enter the number. So first of all, we will check the condition whether the number is positive or negative. So if the number is positive, then a specific block will be executed, and if the number is negative, then we will print that the number is negative, and this is else part, which is similar to if else structure. However, we are dealing with nested if. In this case, we will use an other if condition inside the outer if, and for that purpose we will check whether it is even or odd. So to check that the number is even, we will use the mod operator, and if both conditions are true, then we will show the message that number is positive and even. Okay, let's suppose this condition does not become true, then it means we will just say that the number is only positive and not even. Okay, so in this way this nested if condition work. We can see here is an outer if condition, and inside this outer if condition there is an other if condition which is called nested if. Let me run this program from the upper tab. As soon as I run this program, we can see here in the bar that it has been compiled, and here a command is showing that enter a number. Let me enter a negative number. You see, as soon as I enter the number, then only this part is executed, which is else part of first if condition. If the first condition becomes false, then the compiler will not move to the inner if condition. The compiler will move to the inner if condition only when the first condition becomes true, which means that the number should be positive. So let me run it again and enter the positive number. I will run the program and I will enter here a positive number. Let's suppose that is also even. So we can see here this part is executed. First the number is positive, which is 4, and it is also even, so only this part is executed, which is the nested if part. So in this way this program will work, and hopefully you will have been cleared about the nested if example. Okay, here is another example, which is we are given a choice for a user to enter the marks out of 100. First the user will enter the marks out of 100. So first condition will be, we will check whether the marks are greater than 40. So first condition is to check the marks if they are greater than 40, and if this condition becomes true, then it means the student is pass. So if the student is passed, then we will check another condition and we will calculate its percentage, and here we can add the condition that if the marks are greater than 50. Here a question is missing in which some second condition is missing, so we can add the second condition by ourselves, that if the marks are greater than 50, then we will calculate the percentage. So second condition is to check whether the marks are greater than 50. So if the marks are greater than 50, then second condition will become true and we will calculate the percentage. So let me write this program in our Python PyCharm software. Here is the software. Okay, what will I do? I will first enter the marks. Okay, here I will ask the user to enter the marks out of 100. First the user will enter the marks out of 100, and then I will check whether the marks are greater than 40. This is outer if condition. So if the marks are greater than 40, then I will just print pass student, and if this condition becomes false, then its else part will be executed, which will display that the student is fail or only the failed student. Okay, what happens next? I will use nested if, which means another if inside this outer if, and in this case I will check if the marks are greater than 50, then I will calculate the percentage. For percentage, what we do, we divide the obtained marks divided by total marks, which is 100 here, and multiply it by 100, and we will print here the percentage is, I will write it in quotations, and it will be written in quotations and it will be written as P. Otherwise we can even use else for the inner if condition, and we can print here marks are below 50. So this is how the nested if works. Okay, let me execute this program, run this program from the upper tab. As soon as run this, I will enter here first the marks below 40. Here the message is displayed, which is called fail student. In this case, only the else part of first if condition is executed, because as soon as the first condition becomes false, the compiler will not move to the inner if condition, which is nested if. So let me execute it in such a way that I enter the marks which are above 40, which means that first if condition becomes true. So I will run this program and I will enter the marks here 45. So here we can see that outer if condition becomes true and first message has been displayed, which is passed to them. But inner if condition did not become true, due to which this else part was also executed, that marks are below 50. So let me run this program again from the upper tab. As soon as I entered the marks and entered it greater than 50, then both if conditions are true. First, outer if condition will become true, the marks are greater than 40, so pass student will be displayed, and moreover the marks are also greater than 50, so it will calculate the percentage and display this percentage to us. So in this way nested if condition work. So nested if means there is another if condition inside the outer if condition, and this is how the program works. So that was all for this lecture. Hopefully you will have been cleared about it. If there is any question, then you can ask. Otherwise, please leave your valuable feedback in the form of comments and messages. Thank you.